exciting edition of One on One with Stephanie. I'm Stephanie Jumbo. Today, I'm super excited, just like always. I have got a special guest all the way from Holland. She's a singer, she's a dancer, she's a songwriter, she's a mother, she's also a wife. She describes herself as the goddess of X. What that X stands for, we're going to find out in a second. A few people have described her as an attention seeker due to her style of music, her confronting style of music. She's not stranger to controversy. Please help me welcome Maheeda, Niger Bad Girl, aka Caroline Sam. Hello Maheeda.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to Australia. How is Australia treating you?
Well, people are nice. The weather is good. So far so good.
Awesome. It's your first time in Australia.
Yeah,
You're here for an
it's my first
awesome
time.
show on Friday,
Yes,
on Saturday
on the
night
6th
actually.
of September,
6th
yeah.
of September at the
Yeah.
Thornbury Theatre.
Yes.
We can't wait to get a feel of Maheeda.
Oh, it's going to be great. Trust
Awesome.
me.
Before we go any further, just tell us, what does that X stands for?
Oh, just like in mathematics, you have to figure it out yourself.
Oh my goodness, I hate maths, so I probably won't even dare go into that.
Okay.
I won't go into that.
Let's
Let's talk about you, because everything I know about you is all the things I've read from all those bloggers and things I've seen on YouTube. Who is Maheeda?
I thought you just said everything. A mother, a dancer, a wife.
I guess I want to hear it in your own words. How do you describe? Because the thing is, a few people would say that they hate you, a few people like you, a few people that just be neutral.
Yeah.
But how do you, who is Maheeda?
Yeah, like you said, a mother, a wife, a dancer. Should I say just in general an entertainer? You know, so there's difference between Maheeda and Caroline. You know, Caroline Sam is just different from Maheeda. That's my real name and that's my real self. So if you meet me one-on-one, just like you are now, hopefully, and then you will know the real me, which is Caroline Sam.
If I must make a confession, I think you're really pretty.
Thank you.
I think you are really pretty. The
Thank
videos
you.
I've seen, they're not actually doing real justice to your prettiness.
Thank you.
You are. I better hold myself, really. This is
Thank
awesome. I know you started out as a gospel singer.
No.
You started singing
Along the line.
as
Yeah.
a gospel singer. So
Yeah.
what was the twist? How come you didn't continue as a gospel singer? What happened?
It's just change, you know, things happen. One thing that is constant is change. So I don't even know what will happen next. So it's change.
It's changed.
Yeah,
So
change.
it's
That
changed.
that was a phase.
So how would you describe your style of music?
I'll call it Afro pop, but I don't like saying that. I just say I'm an entertainer, you know, because sometimes I just go on stage and just do dancing with instrumentals, you know, going, and sometimes I just do modeling. So I can't just say if I would say I'm a musician. I think I'll just say I'm an entertainer.
An entertainer.
General, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've been stalking you, I must confess. Since I heard I was going to be interviewing you, I have just been reading. But the funny thing that happens sometimes is when people Google your name, Maheeda,
Yeah.
the first thing that comes up is nudity.
Oh, really?
How does that make you? How does that make you feel?
At first bad, honestly. You know, I've been coming from Africa. You know, we really don't think that's a good thing. But later, it started working for me. Basically, when I was decent, when I was just being a good girl, you know, nothing was happening. And so it's working for me. And since it's working for me, really, I don't care anymore.
Speaking of Africa and speaking of being decent, would you say Africa as a whole is ready for this type of music?
Yeah, they're ready.
They're
or
ready.
this kind of person.
Yeah.
Or this kind of artist, or this kind of entertainer. Yeah, they are. You know, in Africa, somebody just have to step up first. Somebody has to do something first before they start. And yeah, I'm glad to be one of those people.
I know you're a very strong woman, you're a very tough woman. I respect you for that. You have faced a lot of criticism. What is that thing that still keeps you moving? What is that thing that still makes you wake up in the morning and still want to do what you believe in?
My vision. You know, my vision that I can really make somebody better. You know, first of all, I can make myself better. Coming from, you know, I have a really rough background, being an orphan, having nothing, and now everything is beginning to be okay with me. You know, I live abroad and I can afford to help one or two people. So it's the vision that I can actually help more people, you know, that I need, that are facing, you know, especially orphans like me, or street girls, you know, that have been there before. You know, it keeps me going.
Yeah, you're a very strong woman. I didn't really want to go into your upbringing, because I know you started taking care of yourself at a very early age.
Yeah,
you had your first child at the age of 16, and you lived in Lagos and just running around and all that, taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
What would you tell every young woman out there who is going through what you went through? What advice do you have to give to them?
Be strong. I think the word is be strong, have a vision, and believe in God. You know, because I have this relationship with God. I think He's the only one I have, and I think it's a relationship like between a mother and a daughter. You know, that even if your child is messy, full of feces, you know, you're still gonna embrace that child. You know, and I think that relationship is working for me. So I think they should be strong, believe in God, and have a vision.
I heard of the Instagram saga. I'm not sure how true that was, because we read a lot of things about you, Maheeda. You're quite big name when it comes to social media. Was that really true? Because what I've noticed is, I don't want to generalize, but what I've noticed, even when we started promoting your show in Melbourne, as a fact that people are a tad a bit more hypocritical when it comes to things like this.
Yeah.
Would you say, how would you describe the response you get when you go out, really?
Actually, when I go out, people don't really dare to come to me. They actually respect me, funny enough, more than they do when I'm not seeing them online, you know. But generally, you know, all the insults and all the hate and stuff like that, I understand, because I've been there, you know, while I was in Africa, still growing up, you know, with no any Western education and stuff like that. Yeah, I was also the same, you know, I was insulting people that are trying to be too sexy and stuff like that. So I understand them, I know where they're coming from, you know, what you know, what you believe is very strong, you know. Belief is what makes some countries fight war, you know. Some people bomb themselves because of belief, some people put themselves in a house because of belief. Whatever you believe will make you or destroy you. So I respect their belief. I just pray it's a good one that will not destroy them, just like me, mine.
So was it we'll have to go back to that Instagram thing, because I thought it was quite, because one thing I read something, especially actually official statement you read somewhere, that the display of the posting naked pictures of myself is an expression of my sexuality, and it makes me feel sexy. Would you encourage someone very close to you to do that, or that's just a personal statement for you?
No, it's a personal statement, you know. Life is a choice. I give people choice. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do, and I will support you. You know, I will make sure you don't, you know, lose it. You know, like I said, you have to make sure the decision you make doesn't destroy you. That's all.
The decisions you make doesn't destroy.
Yeah.
This is coming
or
straight
other
up.
people.
This is coming straight up from Maheeda. Bad girl Maheeda. Bad girl Ninja. Bad girl. She is. I have watched your videos. Damn, sister, you can twerk. Where do you get this energy from? And how do you get to do that?
I was learning. You know, we learn all the things. I wasn't the one that you were inventing twerking. You know, I learned. I saw people twerking and I loved it, so I practiced in front of my mirror. So probably practice makes perfect. You know.
Wow. Awesome. So if I start practicing, I might get some of those.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
also sit with me squatting, so you're, you know, wherever we.
I better check it. I better check it. Oh wow, that's awesome. I have been having a chat with Maheeda, Bad Ninja Bad Girl. She's come here for a show, and it's going to be going on here in Melbourne on the 6th of September 2014 at the Tombury Theatre.
Be there.
Theatre, organised and promoted by Mr. Emmett Entertainment. Thank you so much. It's been lovely having a chat with you, Maheeda. Maheeda, you have pushed the bar when it comes to music, sort of music in Africa. Do you think you would ever regret any of these actions one day?
No. Regret is far from it. Regret is not allowed when it comes to, you know, people like us trying to make it in life. No, I won't.
And how do you deal with? I know you get a lot of tons of criticism.
Yeah.
Especially, I know I lived in Nigeria when I was growing up. Yeah. Nigerians, people can be very judgmental. Definitely. How do you handle the criticism that comes to you?
I think they made me strong, you know, because I remember 5 years ago when I made my first song, and you know, I had a lot of people saying you should go to McDonald's and start selling behind the counters. You have no talent. I remember I cried so much, you know, but I didn't stop. You know, I thank God for my husband now. Who was my boyfriend as at that time, he told me just keep going, you know, these things must come. He actually made me strong, and then you know they made me strong. So over the years people keep saying nasty things about me, so I just became used to all these things. Like now when people start saying good things about me, I'm like, are you sure? You know, so because I'm used to the nasty comments and stuff like that, so they made me strong, all these people.
Speaking about your husband,
yeah,
do you think, if I know that, you know, I'm sure you would have been expecting this question at some point.
Yeah.
If he suppose he was an African man, do you think he would have supported you?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe that. Probably it's also one of the reasons, apart from him being my angel, you know, being a very, very nice guy, I think it's also one of the reasons I decided to marry him.
He's been very supportive of
very supportive, very. And that's what we need in a relationship, you know. You need to support each other. You don't have to be perfect. You know, he has his things that I don't like. I have my things that he doesn't like. You know, but we still accept it. You don't only have to accept the good side of your partner. Yeah. You have to accept even the bad side.
Yeah. Have you hit... How far are you willing to go? I know you're releasing a new video sometime in November.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if I was allowed to say that, but I was too
okay.
excited to...
It's okay. Yeah.
And you worked with Terry J.
Yeah,
as
I did.
well.
He's a wonderful
Tell us
person.
a little bit about that.
He's a wonderful person. You know, he called me up like, Maheeda, I have something for you. I'm like, really? Terry J of all people. I never knew. I thought he was too arrogant and stuff like that. That's what I was thinking. But coming to know him now, he was just such a sweet guy. And then I went there, and that very day, because I have to leave, I was in Nigeria, I have to leave the next day, and he just gave me paper and biro. This is the song. This is a beat. I love the beat. Put your voice. I'm like, are you serious just now? He said, yes. So I wrote the song in, I don't know, 20 minutes, and we voiced the song, and it's beautiful. I love the song. It's one of my best songs.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have a teenage daughter. She's just 13
She's
now.
13, yeah.
Has she been exposed to, and does she know what you do?
Yeah, she knows. You know, I mean, one of the reasons why I left Nigeria also is because I really want her to have another kind of mentality. You know, so that's why I left everything I was building in Nigeria, you know, for her to go to high school abroad. And right now she's having the education that I want her to have. You know, in Holland, for instance, you don't want to advertise soap, so the people can go naked from back. You know, it's okay, and you won't go around saying that is a slut or something like that. I don't know if I should use that kind of word. You know, so I'm training her like that to know not how to hate people, but how to love people and how to respect the career that people choose.
I've heard you advise parents.
Yeah.
I've heard you advise parents.
Yeah. It's very important.
I've heard you advise parents as a mother. What would you say? Because people blame you for the videos you share out there, but there should be preventive measures in place to prevent people who are not really at that stage to... what do you have to say to parents? It's
education, you know. You need to teach your children, you know, how to listen to you. Because no matter what you do, these children are watching you, you know, so you are the example. But you have to teach them what is, I don't know how to put it, what is allowed, what's the limit, and make sure they learn how to accept it. Because accepting it is more important, because you can say, don't do this, and they will still do it. You have to explain to them, especially with the talk to them. I don't know how to explain, because for me, I'm talking from what I do for my daughter. I sit her down and I explain to her. I don't care if she understands. I know it's going in there, and she's you know, she's doing it. If I say I don't want you on Twitter, she's not on Twitter. You can stay on Instagram, okay? And even then, these are the people you will follow. Why? Because people can do this at you, to you. People can take advantage of you. They rape some little girls because of this. I'll make sure I let her know the reason, and then she'll be like, oh, I don't want this, mommy, and then she stops. You know, so I'm also trying to teach her the difference between Maheeda and Caroline, because she's also she's also with this Hannah Montana and Justin Bieber stuff. You know, these people are perfect. Yeah, they look perfect, just like I look perfect on papers and stuff like that. But you can see me at home, baby. You can see me at home. I'm different. I have spots. I have stretch marks. I have faults also. You know, we are not perfect like that. So you have to learn that. Don't let that get into you. So you have to teach children. They need also home education, not just school. So I think my advice to parents is you have to teach your children at home also. Don't leave it to school people, and don't leave it to so-called role models. You are your children's role model.
Awesome. You heard that straight up from Maheeda.
Yeah.
If you're a parent listening or watching this video, you are a role model to your kids. That's awesome. It's coming straight up from Maheeda, Najabad girl.
Yeah.
She is here in Australia for an awesome show which will be taking place on Saturday, 6th of September.
Please be there.
If you still haven't grabbed a ticket yet, you better look for where that tickets are being sold at and grab one.
Yeah, I'm excited.
We're all going to be there.
Yeah.
And if you want to see how to do what the X stands for, you better come there on the 6th of September.
The S stands for?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have a good one. Thank you so
Bye.
much, Maheeda, for spending this time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.